Well, Pakistan is facing a severe hunger crisis with 11 million people at a risk of acute food insecurity between November 2024 and March 2025, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization's latest report. And the surge in food insecurity is driven by a combination of climate shocks, economic instability, and persistent poverty. Malnutrition remains rampant, with over 2 million children affected in the last 10 months alone. The situation is further complicated by Pakistan's ongoing economic crisis, which has eroded purchasing power and made basic food items unaffordable for many families. The crisis is especially dire in flood-affected rural districts of Balochistan, Sindh and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, where 22% of the analyzed population is struggling to secure enough food. Of these, 1.7 million people are in emergency conditions, just one step away from famine. In a bid to stabilize its economy, Pakistan secured a $1 billion bailout from the IMF. This is a part of a broader $7 billion program aimed at helping the country meet urgent financial needs and implement structural reforms. However, the IMF has now imposed 11 new structural benchmarks that must be met before the next review in September. According to Express Tribune, these include mandatory parliamentary approval of the next budget in line with IMF targets, timely notifications of power and gas tariff hikes, and legalization of the captive power levy. The objective says that the IMF is to keep energy pricing at cost, recovery levels, and reduce fiscal imbalances. The IMF's new conditions: it spans fiscal, energy, governance and trade policies. By June 30th, Pakistan must pass legislation to remove the cap on the debt service surcharge, enabling high electricity costs to be passed on to the consumers. It must also publish a governance action plan and initiate reforms to liberalize trade. Pakistan must also prepare plans to phase out tax incentives for industrial zones by 2035. Several conditions extend beyond the September deadline, but signal the IMF's intent to lock in medium-term reforms. The fund maintains that its disbursements are strictly for reserve building and do not support non-priority spending or any other imports. Despite the influx of global aid, millions remain on the brink of starvation without swift and targeted interventions. Pakistan's hunger crisis threatens to spiral further, putting countless lives at risk.